Hey everyone, it's Jackie here, and today we're going on a day trip to North Berwick. It's one of the hottest locations to go in the summer in Scotland, so today we're going to find out if it's worth the fuss. So I'm travelling from Edinburgh to North Berwick on the train, and it takes about 33 minutes, so not long at all, and the train ticket's not too expensive. At the station, it's very packed. As you can see, this is a very popular summer destination in Scotland. So let's see what it's like. So first off, I took the western exit out of the train station and I came across this Reuse Scotland charity shop, which honestly is one of the most amazing charity shops I've ever seen. Like, look at all these goodies in the window. It's absolutely gorgeous inside. It has three separate rooms full of knickknacks and goodies. And they also had a sale on today for all the art being half price, reduced to clears. So I was really excited to see what there was. I absolutely love thrifting, and this really is a place to be. Just look at how many things there are. There was actually so much stuff here that I've had to make a separate video about my charity shopping in this shop and a few others in North Berwick. So stay tuned and I will be putting that out soon for you guys to see. But yeah, this is stunning. In the end, we ended up getting these masks because they're just £1. £1 for an amazing fancy dress mask. I just couldn't help myself, so these were coming with me. I actually ended up getting two for my fancy dress box because you know it can never be fully stocked. Anyway, we headed it back into the town from this shop after spending way too long there, and the streets are just gorgeous. I love these little bricks on the houses. Like, everything here is just so aesthetic. I definitely recommend it just to have a walk around and just see all the beautiful buildings. It's so quaint and lovely. And here is the North Berwick Old Churchyard, which honestly is one of the most beautiful graveyards I've ever seen. And this churchyard building is just beautiful as well. But that's not where we're going today. We're heading around the corner to this group of bikers, but not actually to the group of bikers. It's for the Steampunk Coffee. This is meant to be one of the best coffee shops in North Berwick, so I couldn't help myself. We were going to have to head in and see what it was like. This little shop is tucked around the back from the main street, so I would recommend using maps to find it because it could be a little bit tricky otherwise, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So here we are. I've got a chai latte because I couldn't resist it on the menu, and my partner has a black coffee, and they were so good. We want to come back already. So definitely check this place out. The aesthetic is just stunning as well. It's so industrial vibes. I actually just love the wall paint color as well. And then we just continued down that back street to connect up to the main street again and found this beautiful crossroad. And there was this really cool car that came past. There's actually so many cool cars in North Berwick. I don't know if it's just people are really into their cars here or if it's just lots of rich people on holiday in fancy cars. This shop was also just so cute. Like, I loved all the things in it. The little crabs and puffins, like, they know what they're doing. They're selling the crabbin and they're selling the seabirds. And I was totally got by it and had to go inside the shop, obviously. But I just love the puffins. They're so cute. Yeah, it was cute inside. This is a great place to get some merch. And then we found a water fountain and we had to fill up our water bottle because you just have to. You have to drink the Scottish water. That itself, if you haven't been to Scotland before, Scotland has some of the best water in the world. So get it for that reason, but also just stay hydrated. It's a really hot summer's day, and I always take a water bottle with me on my travels. And this was just down the side from the main street. And then we found the Puffin cottage, which is the smallest house in North Berwick. Look how tiny it is. You can see how it's jammed between two full-size houses, and it's just so cute. It's a little landmark of North Berwick, and we accidentally stumbled across it, so that was a little bit of a treat. It's not anything too amazing, but worth seeing. And then we just started heading down towards the beach, and this is down past the harbour path. And just look how gorgeous it is. It's perfect for any water sports you want to do. There's some boats over there and people ready to go windsurfing. And the beach is just lovely. Like, there's no cedar fences on the beach, ruining the aesthetic of it. The sand's nice and soft, but it's not so soft that you're kicking it everywhere. I don't know if that's just to do with the weather today, but it was just the perfect texture for walking on today. And yeah, just taking in all those views. We didn't pack any swimming costumes or anything for today, so it was just going to be a nice walk along the beach and have a look around. But I think this would be a really lovely place to go swimming and just set up like a picnic blanket on the beach and have a look around and enjoy a picnic. Like, the aesthetic's just lovely. There were a lot of people taking a dip. and just chilling on the beach. It's just a really nice day for it as well. I think if you get good weather when you come here, you should 100% go for a swim. And I just much prefer it to Portobello Beach in Edinburgh. It's got cedar fences and it's just not got as much of a nice feel as it. And I actually just love these little houses over here with these little steps into their back garden. I thought that was so cute. So I was just snapping a little video of that, but it's just adding to the theme of North Berwick having such gorgeous houses. I love it. They have an absolutely amazing view from here. And then along the beach a bit further, there was what looked like a sort of river for where I thought it'd be really good to do some rock pooling. Again, didn't bring any rock pooling equipment, but I always used to do it as a kid and I absolutely loved it. I was raised with crabbing, where you'd catch crabs off the harbour as well. And I'm a hardcore fan of it. If anybody else has ever done crabbing, please let me know in the comments. I would love to know your thoughts on them. But yeah, I was just having a peep in the rock pools to see if there was anything in there, and I think this one was a bit too dry. There wasn't really anything other than seaweed, but a girl can dream. A girl can really dream of seeing one of her favorite crabs. But sadly, this area did not really have any, but I was still going to try. But further down, we did find a deeper one, and this one actually did have some aquatic life in it, which makes sense because there was a bit more water and there's just like a lot of rocks, so it was quite hard to find them. And there was this little pathway between the two so people could still get onto the beach, but I just thought this was the cutest area for rock pooling for children. And I really like the swells of the water at the edge there. It was a really nice mirage kind of effect going on. But yeah, I'm just trying to show you guys what I've seen in the pool because there were some little shrimps and a little fish, but trying to track it down with the video was so hard. As you can see, very into the rock pooling. I mean, I have my own fish tanks at home, but one of my friends has been catching shrimp from the sea and then running their own saltwater aquarium from it. So I just kind of loved getting to see what they were doing firsthand. But yeah, you can't really see what we were looking at. If anybody spots it in the video that I didn't see, please let me know. But then I did manage to find this little shrimp, and you can see him moving about. Look at that. Did you see the movement? If you didn't, I was just going to point at it with my finger. Yes, you should be able to see it. So there were just lots of these little shrimps swimming around, and I just thought this was a really fun little activity to do on the day in North Berwick, and I would definitely recommend it too, especially if you have children or if you're a rock pooling girl like me. But yeah, anyway, it was time to get off the beach and then we were just going to go sit on the grassy bit of the promenade to get the full views of the water and all the little islands around here. So there's all these little benches on the promenades, and as you can see, it was very popular. Everybody had already taken one of these amazing benches because the views are just amazing. Why would you not want to sit here? But yeah, the plan was to find a bench and then eat our packed lunch because we deemed some of the places in North Berwick a bit pricey to eat. So we weren't sure if we wanted to commit to eating at a restaurant. We were considering the Lobster Shack, but it felt quite pricey for lobster that you wouldn't get in like a restaurant. So we decided to not go there. But I have heard good things about that before from people who've been to North Berwick. So might be worth giving a shout, but it was a little bit pricey. So we decided to just pack some sandwiches to bring with us to keep the costs down. And then by this anchor, there was actually two free benches. And I don't know why, because they're kind of like in the middle of the benches. And by an anchor, why would you not want to sit there? But anyway, these were our seats. So this was where we were going to sit. And look at that view. Is that not just the best view of the beach? I love it so much. And now it's just time to eat our lunch and do some people watching while taking in those absolutely stunning views. So we just opened up our bag to get out our lunch. It had been a little bit smushed by the water bottle, sadly, so excuse that these are not the most elegant looking sandwiches in the world. Yeah, you can see they've kind of smushed up, but they will still taste delicious, I promise. So yeah, so we've just got a chicken and mozzarella sandwich with some rocket in it and hummus as the sauce. And these are so good. They're on a fresh rye that we bought in the morning as well. So the perfect thing to eat on while looking at the windsurfers who have now just taken out and they're just going along there. They're so good. I've done windsurfing once and absolutely loved it, but I was so bad. So this is so impressive that this person is not falling off currently. I think the second person might still be stationary, but I was just having a look around at everything over here. Like, there's just so much going on. The beautiful buildings, the people enjoying the beach, the windsurfers. It's just people watching heaven here. Definitely recommend it for just the aesthetic vibes, the gorgeous sunshine, the beach, and just, yeah, just enjoying yourself. It's just a lovely chill place. And I do love our anchor. He is beautiful. I still don't know why nobody is on that bench next to it. It's clearly the best bench. It's right by the anchor. Although maybe you can see the anchor if you're on a different bench. That might be the reason. But anyway, if we looked away from the sea, you can actually see the Berwick Law, like hill, behind the town. This is actually a really good hike to do. We're not doing it today, but if you're in North Berwick for a bit longer, this might be a good activity to look into. I think there's a few other day trips you can do from North Berwick as well. For similar things such as the hills. And there's also the Bass Rock over there that you can see. It's not very easy to see it from here. I'll get a better angle later, but that's an island that the Seabird Centre goes to, and it's full of puffins, which is quite exciting to just go up to an island on a boat and just see a horde of puffins, like a bit of a treat. And you can see Berwick Law again here. So the landscape here is just absolutely amazing. And then towards the end of this path, there was this little lighthouse, which is all decorated. And there were quite a few of these around the town. So I was wondering if it was maybe like some schoolwork or an artist who had done these, but if it's the schoolwork, great work, because they're gorgeous. And then walking down this little street, it was just a random street. I just thought the little things on this house were so cute. Like they decorated it so summery and beachy. And here's a better view of Bass Rock. You can see how mountainous it is. I'm not sure if you can actually go on it, but you can definitely get a seabird excursion out there to look at it. It does look a little bit hostile to climb on though, so it probably is just going around the outside and looking at the birds on it. And then down here, there's like this lagoon area where people could swim, but it was full of children, so I wasn't super keen on it. This is the Watcher statue who watches out over there, and you can see the lagoon a little bit better here, but it just looks like a really nice, clean bit of water. So if it's not full of children, maybe a great place to swim. And then up here was where the Scottish Seabird Centre is, and you can see that Bass Rock where people are going to be catching excursions to from the Seabird Centre very well. And this little plaque had the Seabird boat trips, so all of the different types of trips you could do. And it's also got the leave-in times of when they go and if it's family friendly or not, which is really useful if you're looking to get a seabird trip. But we're not going to do one today because I think that would take quite a bit of time. There's also a really nice penguin statue by the Seabird Centre that was cute. And then heading towards the harbour, there was this beautiful little spyglass so you could see the little islands far away. But the harbour is just great vibes, like all the ships, love it. The lobster shack's actually over there as well. If you were wanting to go for that lobster, that's where you would get it from. So yeah, if anybody goes there, let me know how it is because yeah, I wasn't ready to pay that much for lobster just yet. And then this is the main street again. So it's got Quality Street, which I really liked the name of. We actually headed back this way to go back to Steampunk because we wanted another round. And they had these really cute stickers, which I thought I'd show you guys. And then I obviously went and got a latte because I wanted to try their original blend. And my partner got an iced coffee to cool himself down. And it was glorious again. But yeah, on the way back to the train station, we spied this little yellow shop that I thought looked really cute. So I wanted to keep going. And then I saw it was called the Cheese Lady. And I was like, oh my gosh, a local cheese shop. I love cheese. I have to have a look. And they had all these beautiful chutneys and crisps in the window. But then it was closed. So didn't get to go there. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. What do you think of North Berwick? Do you think it's worth the trip? I really enjoyed it. And make sure to stay tuned for the charity shopping video that'll be coming out soon as well. And if you want to, you can subscribe so that you'll get alerted to that. But yeah, that's all for today. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!